People of New Ross and people of Ireland, I give you President Kennedy of the United States.
When my great-grandfather left here, he carried nothing with him except two things: a strong religious faith and a strong desire for liberty.
John F. Kennedy's three-day visit to Ireland in 1963, and in particular to New Ross and his ancestral home in nearby Dunganstown, has never been forgotten by locals.
Ireland was a very quiet place in 1962-63, and it gave a great confidence to the Irish people that an American president should visit.
These days, tourists are treated to the emigrant experience on a replica boat which brought JFK's great-grandfather to America after the famine. This Sunday, after 45 years, a statue will at last be unveiled in the town of the former US president.
We have to remember he was the first sitting American president to visit this country. And when he came to New Ross, it wasn't so much to make a political statement as to visit family and friends.
The making and unveiling of a statue of John F. Kennedy here for the quay in New Ross is for many long overdue, and undoubtedly will lead to large crowds being here on Sunday. Damien Tiernan, RT News, New Ross. 45 years ago, JFK came to New Ross, and on the quayside today in splendid sunshine, hundreds gathered as they waited for the unveiling of the only life-size statue in the country of the former US president. The bronze statue was unveiled by the late president's sister Jean, who was with him on that famous visit. Now 80 years of age, the former US ambassador to Ireland also spoke about her brother Ted, who was diagnosed with a brain tumour last month.
He wants to be here. He's good, he's terrific, he's a great sense of humour and he's strong and everything's positive, so he's in there. He's been strong for Ireland for a very, very long time, and he's played a tremendous role, I think, in everything besides the peace, but everything else too. As he's hung in there for a long time. And so he's doing well.
The statue, plinth and project has cost around €150,000, and the sculptor Anne Meldon Hugh designed it on pictures taken in New Ross on that day 45 years ago. It's expected that thousands will view this memorial and statue of John F. Kennedy here on the quay in New Ross over the coming years, and strengthens the connections between the town and the Kennedy family. Damien Tiernan, RT News, New Ross.
It looks like we're getting the weather. I don't know. Is it as warm as it was? Sure. Yes, indeed. How are you? It's great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you. Difficult day for you in a way too.
No.
Work away, right?
Okay. No, thank you. Yep.
What are they doing inside? It's just
file out, form up behind the book, and we'll all start filing that. I think it will work best of all. So in conclusion,
such a large crowd in a sunny day in Ireland. A sunny day is unusual, we have to say that. But it really is a great honor for me to celebrate the anniversary of President Kennedy's historic visit to Ireland and to dedicate this magnificent statue in his memory, which we're all so eager to see. I'm especially privileged to be here with Chairman Lawler, the impressive and dynamic leader of the new Ross Town Council, Minister for Finance, Mr. Brian Lanahan, and Deputy Head of Mission United States Embassy, Robert Foucher. On his historic visit to Ireland in 1963, President Kennedy observed that Ireland and the United States are two nations, divided by distance, united by history. He said, "No people ever believed more deeply in the cause of Irish freedom than the people of the United States, and no country contributed more to building my own than your sons and daughters." The Kennedy family journey began in New Ross, this town along the sea. And so it means so very much to all of us to have this statue stand at the entrance to the harbor, only steps from where President Kennedy addressed the citizens of New Ross on his historic visit those many years ago. It was a remarkable trip in so many ways. It was the first time my brother had visited since his election. It was the first time a sitting American president had visited Ireland. And it was the first time I traveled with my brother to our ancestral home. I felt I knew the people of New Ross before I ever arrived. My brother and I were welcomed here with the characteristic warmth, generosity, and love that we had only heard about before that time. It is a time I have cherished ever since. And I know that my brother felt the same way. He enjoyed his trip to Ireland more than any other of his presidency. And it is a story that's well known in our family, and which I told last night at a meeting, that when we returned to the United States, we spent the weekend at our family home in Hyannisport. And at the largest home there, which belonged to my father, the president took over since he was president, and the rest of us stayed in small little houses. And every weekend we had movies. And since he was in the big house, we called him up and asked him what movie we were going to see on the weekend. He said, "Friday night we're going to see My Trip to Ireland."